Hi everybody. In this video, let us discuss something about audit working papers. Audit working papers are those papers and documents which consist of details about accounts which are under audit. Such details may be schedules of debtors and creditors, certificates of officials in regard to such important matters such as bad debts, unpaid expenses, etc. It is certificates issued by banks in regard to bank balance, correspondence between the auditor and debtor and the creditor. It also includes rough trial balance, important extracts from minutes book, particulars of investment, draft final accounts, a copy of auditor's book, etc. So, audit working papers are those papers and documents which contains the details about the accounts which are under audit. In connection with each audit, the auditor will be having a number of detailed documents, statements, notes, minutes, and other valuable information pertaining to the accounts which are under audit. These papers are properly arranged and preserved carefully. These papers are property of the auditor. The auditor wants to refer to them later during the course of his audit. These files are called audit working papers. These files are documentary evidence to defend himself against the charges of negligence. Actually, audit working papers are the detailed documents, statements, notes, minutes, and valuable information pertaining to the auditing under the auditing process. And it is a documentary evidence to defend himself against the charges of his negligence said by the company or any enterprise in which he is doing the auditing work. And the auditing paper contains details about schedules of audit debtors and creditors, certificates of officials in regard to such important matters as bad debt, unpaid expenses, etc. It contains details regarding the certificates issued by banks in regard to bank balance. It includes the details of correspondence between the auditor and the debtors and the auditor and the creditors. It also includes a rough trial balance and important extracts from minutes book. It includes the particulars relating to investment, a draft of final accounts, and also a copy of auditor's notebook. Let us see what are the purpose of working papers. Some of the purposes of working papers include: it represents the volume of works which has been performed by the auditor and his staff. The various minute details and aspects of the audit report can be well sustained on the basis of findings summarized in the report. The working paper will become an asset for the auditor on occasions when he has to defend himself against the charges set by the companies. The auditor can coordinate and organize the work of audit clerks with the help of working papers. And the auditor's detailed advice to his client in regard to improving the system of internal check and efficiency of the accounting system. The working papers act as a guide to the auditor in subsequent examinations also. So these are some of the purposes of audit working papers. Mainly, it represents the volume of work done by the auditor and his staff. It includes various detail and aspects relating to the minutes and other findings summarized in the report. It is an asset to the auditor in the occasions when he has to defend himself. Auditor working papers helps the auditor to coordinate the works of audit clerks very easily, and it includes detailed advice given by the auditor to his client in regards to improving the system of internal check and efficiency, and it also acts as a guide to the auditor in subsequent auditing works or subsequent examinations. Let us see what are the different things included in an auditing working papers. It includes information concerning the legal and organizational structure of the entity, extracts or copies of important legal documents, agreements, and minutes, information concerning the industry, economic environment, and legislative environment in which the entity operates. It includes the evidence of planning process, including audit programs and any changes thereto. It is an evidence of auditors' understanding of the accounting and internal control system. It is an evidence of inherent and control risk assessment and any revisions thereof. Evidence of the auditor's consideration of the work of internal auditing and conclusions reached by the auditor during the auditing process. And it also includes the analysis of transactions and balances. It includes the analysis of significant ratios and trends. It is a record of the nature, timing, and extent of audit procedures performed, and the results of such procedures are also mentioned. It is an evidence that the work performed by assistants was supervised and reviewed by the auditor. It is an indication as to who performed the audit procedures and when they were performed. It includes details of procedures applied regarding components of business whose financial statements are audited by another auditor. It also includes the copies of communications with other auditors, experts, and other third parties. It includes letter of representation received from the entity. It includes conclusions reached by the auditor concerning significant aspects of the audit, including how exceptions and unusual matters, if any, disclosed by auditors' procedures were resolved or treated. It also includes the copy of financial statement of auditor's report. These are the different aspects or different things included in the auditing working papers. In short, we can say that it includes the trial balance, it includes the schedule of debtors and creditors, it includes depreciation statement, it includes correspondence between debtors, creditors, and the auditor, it includes a schedule of investment, a confirmation letter from the bank concerning the bank balances, and the details of cash balance checked and verified, all the contingents, etc. That is all about this video. Thank you all for listening to